Distinguished panelists, Madam Moderator, ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to be with you today, albeit virtually, to celebrate the centenary of International Women's Day and to participate in a discussion around the State of Food and Agriculture report, which is this year dedicated to women in agriculture and the rural economy. The message of the report, and my message to you, is that food security and agricultural development cannot be achieved without the empowerment of women. The report finds that if women are given equal access to resources and opportunities, they are just as productive, if not more so, than men, and that the benefits to humanity, such as lifting as many as 150 million people out of hunger, are immense. This statistic does not surprise me, having been engaged in the fight for women's empowerment for decades. Women are indeed the key to food and economic security for their families, communities, and nations. This is especially true for Liberia, where 70% of the population depends on subsistence farming, which is mainly carried out by women. It is also the women who wake up before dawn to bring produce to the markets and to the plates of both rural and urban consumers. As the State of Food and Agriculture report points out, a key constraint to women's work is the lack of infrastructure and technology. Additionally, without energy, water, and other labor-saving infrastructure, rural women will spend most of their days in domestic survival activities and be unable to participate in higher earning agriculture and non-agricultural employment. Market women in particular face obstacles in getting the returns they deserve from agriculture, especially when marketing their produce. This is why we established the Sirleaf Market Women's Fund, which equips markets with childcare facilities, freeing up women to conduct trade while their children are safe nearby. The fund also equips markets with water, toilet, storage, and electricity facilities, and organizes adult education and financial resource training programs for the market women. There are still many challenges and many markets to equip, but I have seen the positive transformation in the market women's lives. A market woman once told me, "There was a time when conditions were so tough that I prayed for God to take me, for me to die quickly. And now, I just want to live long so that I can be whatever I want to be." Such words, spoken from the heart, encourage us to continue promoting activities that empower our women. The report also cites the importance of education for women and girls to lead full and productive lives. Cognizant of that, my government made primary education free for all children and set up adult education and literacy programs with an emphasis on women's needs throughout the country. A specially privately funded program thus enables us to build or renovate 50 schools, train 500 teachers, and provide 5,000 scholarships for girls. Liberia is also participating in the Adolescent Girls Initiative in partnership with the World Bank, the Nike Foundation, and the Danish government to provide girls with vocational training in business development, job, and life skills. This project aims at increasing their economic opportunities so that they can better transition from school to the job market. Another priority put forward by the report, a priority for me, is to improve women's decision-making capacity at all levels, from the household to the community to the national level. Liberia is a strong advocate of the seminal UN Security Council Resolution 1325 on Women, Peace and Security, which seeks greater representation of women at all decision-making levels in politics and in crisis management activities. We are at 12%, the highest it has ever been in Liberia, yet far below an acceptable percentage of women in our national legislature or in other leadership areas. At the local governmental level, our women hold a 40% representation. Women serve as superintendents in 6 of our 15 counties. In recognition of our effort to empower, support, and protect women in our society, Liberia was named the winner of the 2010 prestigious Millennium Development Goal 3 Award. We have made huge strides, but the road ahead is still long. The steps which I, as the first woman president of Liberia, have taken are important, yet small, when we consider the scale of the gender gap globally. I encourage the heads of states of my sister nations of Africa to step up their investments in rural women and in closing the gender gap in agriculture once and for all. Achieving gender equality is not only a question of fairness, but also a strategic economic decision which the world can no longer afford to delay. 100 years have gone by since the first International Women's Day was celebrated. We cannot wait any longer for gender equality. We need to close the gender gap in agriculture and in every aspect pertaining to women. We need it now. Have a good meeting.